We're talking trails. Our area is rich with many trail systems, and on those trails we find several athletes running, cycling, and more.
Our Andy Hauser shows us how one decorated local runner is breaking records in our own backyard.
Arlington resident Mike Wardian needed a new hobby after his Division I lacrosse playing days were over at Michigan State University.
Used to working out like 4 hours a day, and I kind of wanted something that was quick and cheap. I was not very wealthy as a college student.
He trained for his first race, a half marathon.
And I ended up fourth, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I didn't expect anything.
He kept entering races and kept on winning.
And I just remember being like, wow, I'm pretty good at this. Like, I didn't have any expectations, and then at that point I was just complete, like, just wide-eyed and unbelievably surprised at where I ended up.
Ending up at all ends of the earth, winning race after race, even the North Pole, breaking record after record, one step at a time.
I think I've won like the national marathon, now it's called the Rock and Roll USA, 6 times, qualified for the Olympic trials 3 times, gold medal in the 100K World Championships. I've also been a 2 times bronze medalist in the 50K World Championships.
The list goes on.
Set a world record pushing my son Pierce in a jog stroller. I also set the world record dressed as Elvis in Las Vegas.
Wardian achieved something nearly imaginable.
I won a marathon on all 7 continents and set the world record for the fastest time for running 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days.
Averaging a 2-hour and 45-minute time, his slowest time in that span set the record for the fastest time in Antarctica. The record-breaking continued here in our backyard. Mike now holds the fastest known time to run the entire length of the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, which starts in Cumberland, Maryland, and ends in Georgetown.
So I ran 184 miles in 36 hours and 36 minutes, and I broke the previous record, which was set in 1976. So that was actually something that I was really proud of, and something that kind of like was a culmination of everything that I've kind of been working towards.
His dad and buddy helped him with supplies along the way. Wardian also had a cool experience via social media, tracking his run online for all to follow and even meet up with him.
It was kind of like a Forrest Gumpy type thing where like I started in Cumberland, and as I'm running towards DC, and more people are following it, and so like, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, there's a woman with her kids, like, just, we've been hanging out for 2 hours to come see you for 5 minutes. And then other people like came out and were, I'm gonna run with you for 5 or 6 miles, and ended up running the longest, one of the guys ran the longest he's ever run. He ran over 31 miles with me that day. And what I thought was so cool about it was about me trying to get this record, but it actually became more about the community here in DC and the running culture here. And I think that was really inspiring, just to know that so many people are out there that care about the sport and want to help someone achieve something that they've been working for their whole life.
Most importantly, he had the best motivation along the way, his family.
They came out on the C&O Canal a couple of weeks ago and brought me pizza from Pupatella here in Arlington.
Running has become a part of the Wardian household. Kids watch Dad train their entire lives.
When they were young, I would put them next to the treadmill. I'd run for 2 hours while they watched, like, you know, Phineas and Ferb. It's a big part of our lives.
The Wardian family of 4, well, 5 if you count Rosie, who, by the way, ran a race on Thanksgiving, stays active. Mike says his wife's continued support is so important, and it keeps him going.
She allows me to kind of have these adventures, keeps me kind of grounded though. Like, I never get too far above myself with her around. She's very supportive, but also real.
Together with their sons, they travel the world. Mike takes on epic ultra races, and the kids get a taste of life abroad.
To grow up seeing the world and to know that there's a different way to do things, and, you know, necessarily the way that you're taught one place isn't the way that it works everywhere else.
One thing's for sure, it's one foot in front of the other, one adventure at a time. For Wardian, every step is closer to reaching another goal and another win.